Alright. So with Eternal over, we're swapping over to Legend of Dragoon. This is, again, brought to you by Patron Scroll Token. Thank you, Scroll Token. We are jumping through Disc 4 still. It's been a little while since we've been going, but we are jumping into the Lost City of Xenobados. This is a very sort of odd dungeon that the game has for us. Let's jump on in. Oh, did I? Okay, I did it. Good. I was gonna say, please tell me I checked controls, but... So yeah, last time... Wait. Right, okay. So this is a different thing. In between streams, in between this stream and the last stream, I've been saying for a long time, Jens, you know, you should do some grinding on additions. So I did. At this point, we have almost everybody at their final edition. 5-Ring Shattering needs 27 to get up, and we need 26 on there, and we need 19 on there. But also, I did a little bit of a sidetracking for edition grinding that also got us to 10 grand in gold. So, we're down here in the commercial town of Lohan. Why? Because we have $10,000. Oh, and I have to switch over to disc 2 because we're entering Lohan. Alright, that's fine. Change disc. Switch over to disc 2. Welcome to PS1 RPGs. You gotta do disc swapping. That's just a part of the game. Not everything can be on one disc. You know, disc swapping is one of those things that's, I think, just been lost to time. Probably for good reason. You know, it's a system limitation, obviously, but it's one that I remember a lot. A lot of PS1 and even PS2, certain PS2 titles or Xbox titles had that as an issue. Is this the one I want, or is it downstairs? Let's check. Hello. I put my heart into making these. The 360 wasn't that long ago, but I can only think of like 3 games on the 360 that do this. This was a PS1 thing. Alright, so... We have 10 grand, which means from this person here, we can purchase one of 3 items. We can either purchase the Legend Cask, which means, if you take a look at the M defense on this, it's some. It's got a little bit, you know? Just a little bit of magic defense on it. We also could purchase Phantom Shield. This is an accessory that just says you take half damage. You know? Which, alright. Take half damage. Yeah, Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey are the 2 I'm thinking of that had disc swapping. Final Fantasy 13 as well. Mass Effect 2 did as well, didn't it? Halfway through. And then we also can buy a couple other odds and ends. If you don't want to buy Phantom Shield, you can buy Dragon Shield or Angel Scarf, which are the halves physical, halves magic. Or you can buy Ultimate War God. The way Ultimate War God works is that it just makes it so you auto hit every edition. This isn't like the fake War God's Calling that costs 1,000 up here. So War God's Calling, automatic additions, half damage and SP. But Ultimate War Gods is just, it works. So I think I actually want to purchase a Legend Cask. We could purchase a Phantom Shield, but accessories tend to be my speed. So we're gonna go ahead and buy this and go down to $8. $8 freaking dollars. We're good. So who gets this? Who's got the worst magic defense? 117 magic D, 153 magic D. Like, clearly Kongal would be the one because Kongal has no magic defense. I think Hashel's gonna get this. Look at that jump. Does Ultimate War God work on Dragoon forms? I believe so. Those are additions. Alright. But yeah, so we're going to give that, and also the... Do we want to move the Phoenix onto anybody else? I don't know if anybody else can wear the Phoenix hat. That's probably worth it. We drop 5 defense for... Yeah. It's better than Knight Helm. Alright. Yeah. Anyway, this was just a small sidetrack. I could have done that off screen, but I wanted to show off all the options, the things we could purchase. So let's get out of here. We're going to have to swap back to disc 4 to get to the Xenobatos. So currently in the game, we are chasing around Dart's dad, who is trying to break all of these signet spheres that are locking away the 108th living being species, the destroyer of worlds. They've got a couple. We've already ran into the last Kraken. What we are after is Law Capital, Xenobatos. And then I should say switch to disc 4. Yep, alright. And we fought the last Kraken you'll ever need. Change disc. Disc over to disc 4. And then the screen should flicker a little bit as it switches to the please wait. There you go. You should get there we go. Once grinded a full set of 10k gear for the super boss for Faust. As I said, Faust is one thing I'm not going to be showing off in this. I will show off the later optional bosses in another city. Alright. The Gaia Lapto 00. The law prohibits humans from going to the Signet Sphere. Thus, this flying disc cannot be used. Alright, so Wingley Code Article 703 prohibits non-Wingleys from going to the Signet Sphere. Well, let's just send Mario. Damn. So yeah, we can't get to the Signet Sphere because the law prohibits humans, non-Wingleys from going there, and also doesn't recognize Meru as a Wingley because of 11,000 years of magical decline. Alright, but we do know that this is our goal. This little thing, we need to... So what we need to do is we need to go... Law 703, Code 703 is our goal. Let's go ahead and save up here. So yeah, we're gonna have to go petition the council to change Code 703 to allow Wingleys. Alright, under martial law, only visitation to Legislation Center, Law Factory, and Law Launcher. Great Court, Residential Area, and Power Room are off limits. Alright, so we can go to the Law Launcher if we want. Alright, so let's go to the Legislation Center. Let's see what we get there. This dungeon's very silly, by the way. I think you might already, if you haven't seen this game, you might already suspect what's going to be happening in this. But if you are, this is a dungeon with a lot of going around. To odds and ends. Let's go here. Okay, where does that bring us? Up to this one. So we gotta wait for this little robot to go by. I don't want to steal this. Oh god, no! No! Well, we're in jail. Ashel just punches a wall. Wait, Kongo's not in jail with us. Also, where's Kongo? So jail is just a hole. You get put in the hole, and then you're in jail, and that's it. Hey. Oh, it's beautiful. For 2 discs, we've been forgetting about Kongo in these scenes, so it just looks like Kongo's not there. But no, Kongo's just not here. Thanks, Kongo. Yep, too big to teleport. Alright, so jailbreak, successful. So going to jail once is worthwhile because, you know, we do get some items for it. I think it's an attacking item and I think it's just 2 attacking items. Oh, no, that's some cash. That's fine. Hey, Gnome. Hey, if you want to join Gnome, just let me know. Having somebody to yak with would always be cool. Alright, we have to fight Harpy. Ring shattering. Alright, also our team is at like level 34. What do you got, bud? Found people to which Wingley Code Article 659 applies. Okay, so I believe that 659 is the code that got us arrested for trespassing. That's a lot of apples. We'll get sent back here. Let's go back to Legislation Center. We're going to need to go to all of these places. Confuses it. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, that also confuses it. Let's wait. God, I want that treasure. Here. Burning Wave. Okay, we made it past all the cops. Make red law. Objection to this bill. On us. Punishment for the invasion of the law. Okay. Langley Veneration Bill. Law. Land repossession. Alright. So let's get in line. We gotta wait. Okay. Alright, yes, this is, okay. We'll go ahead and submit a bill. Crap! No! Have we not figured out the... Alright, that's fine. We can't change that law. Alright. We'll see if I do this one more time, if we can do something else. I love that it's just that they're going over the same 3 bills. Alright, so we need to pass the law that allows us to make laws. That's gonna be a little difficult. Maybe we want to visit some of the other buildings. No, this is not a submission of a bill. Is this a revision of the law? Yes. Oh, God. Well, let's go ahead and change that 6, 5, 9. Deliberation on Amendment 2. Trespassers shall be teleported to the jail. Trespassers shall not be teleported to jail. Alright. Alright. So if we take this to the Law Factory, we can take this to the Law Factory where it gets turned into a law. Bring me to jail, please. And then we can, once we turn it into a law... Hey, Kongle. Yeah, we're just gonna make trespassing not a crime. So I'll have free reign of the place. What we also want to do is change Article 703 to allow humans access to the Signet Sphere. Did my controller disconnect? Doesn't look disconnected to me. That's weird. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. Sort of. This is... Alright. I think this controller's finally on its last leg. I need to order a replacement this weekend. I think that's the next thing I'll be doing. Alright, so let's go to the Law Factory. Are we going to allow Jenga to slowly legalize entering the Signet Sphere? Yes. .339. Usage by non-winglies of shops is not prohibited. Alright. So we got... Ooh! We can finally buy these! The red Dragoon armor, jade Dragoon armor, dark Dragoon armor, blue Dragoon armor. So we can buy half of these. Okay. I need to sell some goods to get up to the money for that. This is the side effect of spending all of my cash. Let's go ahead and sell some of these accessories, I think. Yeah, most everything, like, the things I bought that were 10 grand were, like, unreasonably costed. And those are the only things in the game that are basically at that cost. Everything else is pretty reasonable. So we're gonna sell a bunch of... So we need 2 here. We need blue and red. You know what? The fake power wrists and fake power shields can go. I'm gonna get rid of the Beast Fang, I think. Actually, Diamond Claw can go. Alright. So now we buy red Dragoon armor. Yes. And blue Dragoon armor. So these are very, very powerful armors, only wearable by, you know, that color Dragoon, that also nullify damage from their element. So blue Dragoon armor nullifies water, red Dragoon armor nullifies fire, etc., etc. Alright. Alright. So we have to go to the law factory to launch a law. Or, sorry, not to launch a law. We gotta make the law. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to get that. That's fine, we're amending the law to get those. Past you. So yeah, once we amend the law, we can go visit through here and, like, actually get these items. Alright. Hey. Submit law production license. Yep, here's our law production license. Take this to the law launcher. Alright, so we got our law launching license. You can see the law being launched. Ooh, rainbow dress. Who's that for? I think that's got to be for, like, mirror, right? Wait, that's just better than the blue Dragoon armor? What is this? By how much? By 1 and 2 points. Well, rip my money. Clearly. Well, yeah, Rainbow Dress is 7 colors. It's clearly stronger. Might be faster to get thrown in jail there. It's fine. That is an old classic of buy gear, find slightly better gear. Alright, so we need to go to the wall launcher now. So there are a number of laws you can change here. The law we're changing is the law that gets us arrested for trespassing, so I can collect all the items. But there's also, you know, as we've seen, we could change the shop law if we wanted to make it so we couldn't buy items. I don't know why we'd want to do that, but we could. That's not gonna work. Get over here. Notice you're getting, like, no fights. A lot of the puzzle screens are no fight zone. Spirit cloak. Okay. Ooh, spirit cloak. Oh, 20% M evade. That's reasonable. Not better than my speed, but reasonable. Yeah, a lot of screens in this area are just no fight zones. Hold on, what's a gravity grabber? Powerful earth-based all attack. Okay. Alright. So, let's go ahead and enter the law launcher zone. Hold on, gotta wait for traffic. Alright. This whole place. Alright. Alright, there goes the law. The law has been launched. Alright. So now the law has been launched. Which means our friends here are no longer aggressive at us. So this chest down here. Downburst. Okay, that's another attacking item. So really, so let's go after our prize. Now that I've shown off how this system works, I think we should go after our prize. So we are still technically trespassing, we're just not going to jail for it. Yeah. Ooh, alright. So yeah, fights I think are only on this screen and then the one next to it. Ah, Professor and Sky Chaser. Oh, can't hit Professor. Let's try it. Man, Professor's got some health. Exciting lecture. Oh, excuse me? Can you not? Oh, I missed the last one. Ooh, the thing was charging spirit too, so it's gonna hit pretty hard. Okay. There's Cat's Cradle. Alright. Oh dear. I feel like the professor's gonna hit us with a... I'm gonna guard. Okay. So, a lot of enemies in this game have different attacks when they get under half health. So the guard there was so that we didn't put this thing under half health before it gets another turn. And then both Miru and Dart will go for the attack and kill it. Oh, right. Mischance. Because now... Okay. Whew. We're good. Hashel's just on the dang floor. Let's go ahead and use a healing frog. Alright. So, we know that the law for, we know that the law... By the way, so I guess one thing I'll talk about here. This is a place in the game that can get you stuck for a very long time. Because you only have the 4 spots. You have the law launcher, the law factory, the law legislation center, and the teleporter. And, like, if it doesn't click that, like, you're just supposed to change the dang law, you can just sort of be stuck running around for a while. And even if it does click that what you're supposed to do is change the law, like, you have to realize, like, oh, okay, I have to get in line, you know, I gotta wait for my turn. Might be worth throwing friendship bomb at foes, yeah. Alright, let's get in line. The 703 is the law preventing us from entering the Signet Sphere, so we're gonna change that law. Yeah, the part where you actually get in line physically is the part that, like, I remember having trouble with. Yes, this is a revision of a law. Okay, so we want to change code 7. Oh. 3. The law prohibiting non-winglies from going to the Signet Sphere. Amended to, the law does not prohibit non-winglies from going to the Signet Sphere. Alright. So let's go launch another law. What happens if you just barge out of turn? I think you get ignored. They just keep going. You have to, like, actually go behind the line. Alright. So, off to the law factory. Wonder what the speedrun of this game looks like. Somebody in the zoo earlier today mentioned the speedrun of this game has a world record of 11 hours. I assume that the moment you get Psych Bomb X becomes your only offensive move in all combats. But the speedrun should be fine on experience because most experience in this game comes from boss fights. And also, you can heavily control who gets the experience by letting certain characters be dead during the end of a boss fight to give double or triple to certain characters. So I would assume the speedrun abuses that. Alright, what is this one here? Nope, cannot carry any more items. Thanks for joining, Crazy Pop. Alright, let's get that. This is probably just a healing frog. Alright, sure. Haven't sat down and watched all 11 hours of it. Yeah. I've watched long speedruns. I've watched like I watched the Final Fantasy VI one at the last GDQ. One I really enjoy a lot is the Tales of Eternia speedrun, which is around 5 hours, incredibly. Actually, it has some pretty neat skips. It skips some certain dungeons and doesn't need much experience because of a glitch you can do with Keel or Merity, where you can like jump, start casting a spell, and like infocast Fireball. It's like Fireball. And you just hear Fireball like 50 times. Or you just use Max, because when you get Max, Max is really powerful. Put somebody in the corner. Alright, so we want to go to the wall launcher. Backtracking, this seems brutal. Yeah, I didn't need to pass Law 659, but it makes the rest of the laws a lot easier. Because you're not being constantly hounded by the little cops. There was a Tales game called, like, Tales Versus, which was a fighting game. I don't think it was terribly good. Alright. Wait for your turn. Alright, so, passing this law, this amendment to the law, will allow us access to the Signet Sphere. I like that they have a law quota. This is just bureaucracy, and it's pretty great. I don't know, I like this dungeon a lot because it's very silly. It's a very different style of dungeon. Because there's only encounters on the center screen, you're not just constantly in fights, which would make the backtracking unreal if you had fights on every screen here. But there's no fights on these screens with the little cops. Like robot dog things. Alright, so now we can head back to the teleportation pad and head on over to the Signet Sphere. We're done. We should be done here. I like that the only reason you go to the factory is to exchange licenses, but you can also see the launcher there and aren't allowed to use it. Yeah, the law launcher is in the law factory, but you can't use the law factory from the law launcher from the law factory. That's not how the law works. You can only use the law launcher in the designated law launcher zone, of course. Alright. Oh, alright. We'll see how bad the fight is. If it's more professors, I'll probably just... Oh, we got something new here. Let's let them... I guess we'll let them do their thing. So, Death, Perjure, and Guillotine. Let's take out Guillotine first. Okay. I gotta get back in the swing of things. Oh, the thing's not actually stunned. Oh, I thought it was actually hit by the... Oh, well. Clearly, if we knew what number the law that was that controlled the factory from the launcher, we could probably change it. Ah, crap. There's no time for that. That's still lethal, but I don't get the hit. Alright. Alright, so now, talk to you. Only interest with law. Oh, and here comes the law. It's the law update. All right. I have to actually talk to you to do it. Signet Sphere time. Oh, you can see the little eyeballs on our little... The Great Court. Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere. Do you know our names? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we might get tried going into the Great Court here. Something seems off. Alright. Let's go into the Great Court. I'm sure nothing bad will happen and we'll just save the Signet Sphere. Under the name of fake justice. Guilty, 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 guilty. Hey, Nomos. Nope. Wingly Executioners, Vector Celibus Kubila. Well, the robots were taught about religion, and now here we are. So here's Vector, here's Kubila, and here's Celibus. I think I want... We want to do our normal start, which is, speed up on Meru. Let's go power down on Vector. And then Material Shield on Meru. And now we can Psych Bomb X. So I remember this is going to graphically mess up. It's fine. Should still do thousands and thousands of damage. 3,000 to the power down target. Oh no, crystal. Oh god, just petrification. Okay. All right, one down. Alright, I think Kubila's next on my target list. You can tell it's a true Toku game because you're fighting an evil dad. Ha! Oop! That's gonna get interrupted. So I need Meru to get to full, bar. Okay, so Meru should be at full bar after that move. And now we can go into special. Now, cool thing about special is that special puts everybody into Dragoon form. It makes you immune to statuses. So this should pull Dart back up. Let's go ahead and Thunder God at Kubila. I mean, this is absolutely a Toku game, still. Like, color-coded, like, team. It fits perfectly. Evil dad who showed up at the last quarter of the screen time. Plot that you probably shouldn't think about too much. God, that's damage. Oh, what do you got? Rip. Oh, thank you for the sub, Squirrel Token. Also, Meru's freaking dead. Well, we got Celibus still left. 12 months. I love that kill move. Like, all the other kill moves are like, they just say can't combat, whatever. That one is a rock falls out of the sky, and then a laser from the sky writes, just like engraves your tombstone. And it rules. Like... The problem here is that winning the fight with Meru dead is going to have Meru not get a lot of experience. We alright? Oh, there's a move happening. That was weird. So I think Meru's just not going to get any experience in this fight, sadly. Nothing I can really do about it. Because you can't use items on Dragoon, you're berserked. That's why you're immune to statuses. Level for Albert, level for Kongol, level for Miranda. Not Rose. Until someone stops doing Dragoon, they can't just pick Meru back up. Yep. That's correct. The only Dragoon who has revives is Miranda, or Shauna. The White Dragoon has revives in their list. Meru has heals. Well, Master, hurry to the god. Rebels against Soas will overcome me. It sounds like Nomos here has already been turned. Let's head back this way quick. The other thing is I couldn't have failed all of my attacks. One of the tricks is that when you go special... When you use special, your additions auto-complete fully. So I couldn't have failed Hoshels. I could have used lower damaging moves, but, like, that probably would have been more damage overall anyway. Have only 2 Dragoons been 2 people? Yeah, so we have, like, plot-wise, Dart is the newest Red Dragoon. Dart's dad was the old Red Dragoon. We've met all the others, if you watch the previous video. You can see the 11,000-year-old Dragoons for Hoshel, Meru, Albert, and Kongal. Rose was the Black Dragoon back in the campaign, and then Miranda was Shauna, Shirley way back, but that was Shauna. So Albert was Lavitz on disc 1, and Miranda was Shauna on discs 1 through 3. The rest of those have been them throughout the game. Did I save? I went there to save. I went there to save, and then I don't think I did. Anyway, we want to actually fight this out because I do care about the additions. I'm missing them, too. Do the replacement Dragoons have the same stats? I believe so. I do not believe, like, Shirley and sorry, Shauna and Miranda are any different numbers-wise. Ah, dang. Like, I know in Final Fantasy V, when you swap Gloof and Kryl, that actually is different stats. Well, so rip. Off screen, Dart's dad just showed up. Zig showed up and stabbed the Signet Sphere with the dagger. By off screen, I mean, hey, on screen. Like, literally, Zeke can float. I don't know why we thought Zeke couldn't get here. You know? Can you hear space, 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 the movement of the God of Destruction? Can you hear the thumping? There's a heartbeat noise happening here. Oh no! Alright, so, time to go to Mayfill. We know where the last Signet Sphere is. If we can beat them there, we can just guard it. That'd be nice. But yeah, what Zill said about this being a Toku gets more and more true as time goes. And you'll even, I think you'll see even more, Zill, when we get to the end of the game, why this is absolutely 110% a Toku. We're just gonna delete this fight. The Professor scares me a little too much. Professor's dance is very powerful. So Mayfield's going to be a bit longer of a dungeon because it has some optional bosses for us. And we're going to take them. Alright, so we did beat the trio, which is fine. But yeah, so Mayfield, our next destination, is called the Death City of Mayfield. Which might let you in on so we want to go to the teleport device, on what sort of bosses might await us there. I'm afraid of learning. I'm afraid of the professor. We use this thing to... No, that only goes to Eggless. Okay. Oh my god, Wingley Code Article 410, setting of the teleportation device. Well, how are we going to get to Mayfield, you might ask? Well, the teleportation device is stuck on Eggless right now. The Signet Spheres are powerful objects sealing the soul of... sealing away the body of the 108th race, the Destructor, as it were. The Virage embryo. The soul comes down to Earth every 108 years in the form of a child. Shauna being that child. And then the body was separated, or the body and soul were separated, and then used as a power source for the Wingleys. So once all the... Yeah. Signet Spheres keep Emicruel and Emmy and the Moon. Yeah, basically that. Four 410, 410, 410, 410. Let's get line. Okay, we're gonna revise code. 4 1 0. Setting of the teleportation device connected to Death City Mayfield shall be disconnected. Shall not be disconnected. I love that the revisions of the laws are like negations. And I feel like if you were to revise that law a second time, it would be like it would just add another negation, you know? It isn't shall be reconnected, it's shall not be disconnected. It adds to that is a part of this that adds to it, because that's just how the laws work. Because it gets more and more confusing. So we need to go to the law factory. So we get one last look at the law factory. Are there any Easter egg laws that can be changed or anything? Yeah, let me see if I can actually look those up. I know there's the one you can do with the shop, but I think that's it. Laws. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna try something. Cenobatos with the... Oh, it's with a Z. That's why I'm not finding anything. Yeah, I'll look this all up later. I want to try one thing, though. Because I do remember one. But I don't know if I can change it now that I have a law license. Oh, God, we can't amend a law without it. Those who disturb order shall be ignored without exception. This is form applied for the service. Yeah. So, okay, so you can suspend 640 to make it so you don't have to wait in line to change laws. Though, in order to do that, you have to go around to everything. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and, go to the law factory. There's one law that we haven't seen the number of that I remember. There's one last one. It's the martial law. You can turn off martial law. I do remember that existing. Alright, law production license. So yeah, you can see the law launcher. Like, watch in the background of this. Like, that's the launcher right there. What effect does martial law have? I believe it's random encounters in the area. Though there's only a couple areas that have random encounters anyway. So it's not like that useful of a law to turn off. Alright, so back to the wall launcher. Like, in addition, this place is also, like, a lot of teleporty mazes. Alright, but anyway, the law we're going to launch here is going to allow us to go to Death City Mayfill. First, we gotta wait. Launcher law. Alright. So we have turned off the disabling of the inability to not go to Mayfill. there's one last thing I'm gonna do before we leave to Mayfill. We'll go. It'll just be a quick stop. Now that we've disabled, or now that we've allowed us to go to Mayfill, I want to do one last thing, just to show you this. Again, we could turn off code 640 for the. I am post the boss fight. I know what. Yeah, we're about to leave the area. 2 professors, huh? 2 professors means we're just pulling out the Psych Bomb X. I seriously do not want that. And yeah, I know it. I don't like pulling out the Psych Bomb X because it has this really funky, broken thing on the emulation. But I also don't like fighting these things because the professors can just knock you down. They literally have the lecture that can kill you in one hit. So, all right, level for Mario. That's good. That puts Mario on the same level as everybody else, which makes up for the fact that. All right. Let's go to Oh, no, I didn't want that. Well, whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna fly over to Legislation Center. Come on. Legislation Center. Alright. But yeah, once we go to Mayfill, Mayfill is a lot more straightforward of a dungeon, and I mean that in a very, very strict term. I remember Mayfill being a kind of straight path forward, with, sort of the trappings of Wingley stuff. But it also has a trio of optional bosses. I'm fairly certain we can take 2 of them down. The third one is going to be a mighty fight. Just playing through as normal. I've been attempting to do most additional things. The only thing I haven't been doing is Stardust for Faust. Everything else has just been me sort of showing off and exploring the game. Alright, and then this is just me showing. This is unnecessary, but I feel it's important to show off. Yeah, Faust is a huge pain. Alright, we're going to revise a law. Which law are we going to revise? 6. 6. 6. Deliberation on amendment. Invasion by humans shall be blocked by placing monsters all over Xenobotos. Invasion by humans shall not be blocked by placing monsters all over Xenobotos. That's the only one I remember, is the turning off the... You can turn off encounters by going 666. Which is great. It's the only one I would think to check, you know? Like... So we're not gonna go implement that law, that's too much. That's too much walking around. But I did want to show off it existed because it's not one that you would normally turn off, so maybe it's something new to you. Execute Order 420. Anyway, let's go to the teleportation station so we can go ahead and leave for Mayfill. Agreed, Vpriz. The fact... One of the things that I think makes this dungeon bearable is that random encounters are only on this middle. Like, seriously, if random encounters existed on all the side areas, it would be a lot worse. Alright, anyway. Let's get out of here. The teleporter should be on and allow us access to Death City Mayfill. You can see the amendment there. Alright, warp to Mayfill. Zoop! Death City Mayfill, a little bit north of the desert. Well, Zeke's already here. Over 11,000 years, and still it leads souls to hell. I'm sorry, the Devildom? Zeke, what are you talking about? What are you doing? I'm sorry, why was that capital D Devildom? Oh. Anyway. Like, Devildom sounds like a fake word for hell, but we already just said hell. Right? Like, we don't need Hiffle if we have hell. Anyway. So yeah, the Death City does in fact take dead souls and lead them on to the afterlife. That's sort of its point. Zeeg turned to stone, which is different than death. Petrify is like death, but it's not death. You're just petrified. Yeah, the Kingdom of Devils. Certainly that's what Devildom means, but why bring up Devildom when you just said hell? But yeah, so the Wingleys judged all the souls too. I don't like this. As long as the moon's in the sky, we're okay. This is the last signet sphere, so once this one goes down, things are bad. Alright. So here is our boss fights. These are our optional bosses. We killed Feabrand on disc 1. And Feabrand's soul was sucked up by this here, and is now stuck in this little, contraption. After defeat by humans were supposedly less powerful than they became a burden on their soul. If we kill it again, we can probably break the attachment. We have to catch up with Zeeg. No! I make the decisions here, damn it. What's Giganta ring again? Oh, the Mage Ring's the MP one. Do I want to put on a Jade Stone ring on somebody? Yeah, let's put Jade Stone ring on here. Because we know we're fighting Feabrand. So. Hashel should just be invincible. Anyway. Hello! Look at it wiggling! Oh, man! Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Alright. So again, we want speed up on Meru. And our first action wants to be power down on the enemy. On Dragon Spirit. Power down is such an incredibly powerful item. Again, being repeat use.
Yes. Go.
No, this is the soul of it, not the actual boss. You should be weak to this one. go. The Crushers! Crunch. I did do all the old Dragoons. That was the previous stream. If you want to catch those, I do have them all archived on my YouTube. Just youtube.com/Line9. So there's what the actual dragon looks like, by the way, is that. That's the soul of the dragon, and then that ghost was what the actual dragon looked like. It's hard. Oh, whoops! That didn't work. Okay, Meru needs to become immune to physical. Where's my material shield? Okay.
Yes. Go.
I missed. Dang it. I did actually hit the O on that one. I was just late. I think this thing's actually just counterattacking like a lot. Bit of an annoyance. Let's... I'm gonna give it Psych Bomb. I'm not gonna hold back. Oh my god, Psych Bomb works in this room. We don't have the graphical problem. So that's what Psych Bomb looks like, by the way, when it doesn't have the weird graphical issue. Okay, so we have a lot of powerful moves. Get a down burst. They're not worth a lot of experience, but they're neat refights. We get a we did get a level now. That's nice. The thing is that Feabrand was a Disc 1 boss, so Feabrand is the weakest of the refights. I actually want to leave quick. Warp to Xenobatos. Yes, I'd love to have wings. Boop. Thanks, one. So I want to fly to Ulara because Ulara is the Disc 4 town, and I won't have to change discs for going here. Well, really, I'm actually here for a shop and an inn. That's what I want, is just a quick stop. Because we did take a little bit of damage in there, and I actually have been using a couple healing frogs and not refreshing them. So, this way. Yep. Oh, this is just the weapon shop. Dang it, I don't want the weapon shop. You want what I want. Alright. We'll get a couple more healing frogs. That should be good. You can really go for the curve. You let one person soak up all the XP. Yeah, that definitely happens. Hold on, which way? Oh no, I need to go back and then to the right. That's the way to... Yeah, back into the right. That gets me to Charlie's house. Inventory limit will always get you. It's quite real. Yeah, where's... Oh, I love these little flowers. Great. Hey, Charlie. Just here to use your house. Or can I actually use this place as an inn? If I can't use this place as an inn, I'm gonna be really sad. I guess I can just go buy 3 healing frogs. That won't be too bad. Alright, fine. Let's just go buy 3 healing frogs. Then we head back to Xenobatos, then we fly back to Mayfill, and then we start walking through Mayfill, and we'll get into 2 other optional boss fights, and, you know, the rest of Mayfill itself, which might or may not have other boss fights. Maybe we'll actually fight Zeeg and defeat him. And we'll never go to the moon. It's possible. Alright. Net status, I want... let's just use some, I think 3 healing fogs is actually cheaper than 2 breezes. Okay. Alright, back to 32. Let's get out of here. If I need to do this later, then I guess knowing that there's not an inn in this town, we'll just do this in Xenobatos itself. Instead of making this detour. I thought that we could actually stay here in an inn, which was the reason I stopped over. Oh, clearly, though, Charlie wants us out. Remember, anybody here ever played Dark Cloud 1? That's got some moon stuff going on there. Yeah. Yes, both, but Dark Cloud 1 was the one that came to mind first. And oddly enough, I think that's the lesser known of the 2. Dark Cloud 2 is honestly the more polished game of them, though it has a lot more going on. Yeah, alright. Anyway, back to Mayfill. We beat 1 boss, let's see if we can do 2 more. But 2 was better if I actually finished 1. That's another truth. Dark Cloud 2 is very long. Especially compared to Dark Cloud 1, which is honestly a fairly short game. I want to say Dark Cloud 1 was either a launch title for the PS2 or close to a launch title. Dark Cloud 1 is long. I mean, I guess I'm saying comparatively. To like, clearly it's, you know, not like a 2-hour game or something like that, but... Alright. Poison guard, sure. Stun guard. If you use what Moon Dungeon isn't the final dungeon. Isn't Moon Dungeon the second to final dungeon in Turquoise 1? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize this existed. Alright, anyway, we get to fight some spirits. Spectre! Ghost! So the Spectre falls over to a hit, but is quite evasive. I love Gun Rabbit. Oh, wow, I freaked that one up. 696. Yeah, I didn't realize this was here. Should lead me to another item. Panic guard. I said this dungeon was straightforward, and it is. Like, if you wanted to actually advance in the dungeon, like, it's literally just go forward. There's not a lot of question to it. However, anyway, I have to make a slight change for our early upcoming boss fight. And I did say, like, oh wow, it's a bit of an odd thing that our rainbow dress outclassed Blue Dragoon armor. Blue Dragoon armor is going to get its time in the sun right now. We're also going to put on the blue sea stone on Tard. So, this is Rigol, the kill me. Wait. Hold on. If you die once, you go to hell. If you die a second time, you don't go to hell? Oh crap, you're right, the green stone was still on Haschel there. That's alright. We should be able to work with this. Alright. So, we're gonna go ahead and do our normal start. Mirror's gonna get speed ups. We want the power down on the Dragon Spirit. So there's Rigol. This is what this big old thing looked like.
Yes. Gus. Gus.
Wow, that's some real damage. Do I have powerful attack? I do not have powerful attack on that. Well, let's just use the Psych Bomb first then. Power Down is an incredible item. It doubles the damage an enemy takes for 3 turns. Like, Also, take a look at the fact we've done 5,000 plus damage to this enemy, and they're still standing at over half.
Ha! Ha! Hey! Take that! 5 ring shattering!
Hey, Mrs. O. Alright, the power down should be off at this point, which is a little sad. That means we'll be taking real damage. Yeah, I think that's the last turn of power down. Power down lasts 3 rounds. Yeah, so there's the damage back to normal.
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
Alright, I might have to have Miru turn soon. No, it's at red. Maybe we can just rush down the boss. Yeah, they did specifically make this hell for the other races, not the Lingleys. Which I guess is maybe even more evil. They created the afterlife specifically for not them. Double act, huh? Let's go ahead and use a healing breeze. Everybody sort of topped off. So luckily for us, this fight is actually not too terribly difficult with the prep we've got.
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
Lingleys didn't think about that because they're functionally immortal, so they didn't think about where they go.
Ha! 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 Hey! Take that! 5 ring shattering!
Anyway, that's that one down. That went well. We get 6,000 experience. Not a lot, but, you know, some. That's a reasonable amount. Oh, that's good. Alright, so we need to go ahead and change equipment up. You need back on your bandit ring. You need back on the Giganto armlet. Giganto ring. And then Meru needs the other armor on. Alright. I'm gonna walk back all the way to just to touch the save point. Because I do want to save. The third fight is the one I'm actually scared of. I remember it being more difficult. That's the reason I've been saving my Dragoon meter as well, so that I have the special available. So we're gonna flip back over to Xenobatos. Xenobatos has an item shop and a save point for us. We'll take that. law update there. Endiness, that is the name of the world. Alright, so the shop is over by the law factory. I think my plan for today, by the way, is to finish Mayfill, and then that'll be, I think finishing Mayfill is my goal for the day. That'll put us at a pretty reasonable length through the stream. 339 is the... You can turn that off if you wanted. I think we don't need anything from the item shop, right? Or from this. No, I actually do. And then, if you can put the Gladius on, please. I'm gonna need that for later. God, I might want to buy the Jade armor, too. I can always buy it later. Shop. Breeze. We topped off. You know, I'm willing to spend a healing breeze to top us off and then buy a new one. No recollection of Disc 4 besides the moon. Yeah, same. Disc 4 is a lot longer than I remembered. I had a little bit more. I remembered these areas, but, like, I didn't remember that, honestly, I forgot the desert was Disc 4. I thought that was end of Disc 3. And that Disc 4 started when you went to to Aegis, the first Magic City. I thought that was when the disc transition happened, but no. Disc 4 is like the longest disc. Other than 1, maybe. Baffling amount. Remember Disc 2 and how little it had to do with anything? So much so that, like, the plot summary just, like, literally just ignores it. Because so, a little of it matters. Like, yeah, we meet some character. We meet some characters who do matter. Lloyd actually doing things. Anyway, on back to Mayfill. So we have a third boss. Usually Disc 4, the last disc, is the final dungeon. In FF8, it's Ultimisia's castle. In FF7, it's Disc 3, because there's only 3 discs. But it's also, like, just the northern crater, basically. There's, like, a little bit more than that, but Disc 3 is basically just the end of the game. I think there's a little bit... Is Midgar in Disc 2 or 3? The return. Disc 2 is the whole stolen Dragoon spirit bit, yeah. With the fake princess. It has like the one boss, the 2 boss fights that are quite difficult. Alright. So again, if I wanted to just make up... So check this one out. This transition goes all the way off the damn screen. We're gonna fight more Spectre. Hey, Spectre. Necron.
Ha! 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 He! Take that! 5-ring shadow!
Yeah, the last thing that happens on Disc 2 is Shauna and Dart actually speaking about their feelings for each other, rather than just having it be this hanging thing over them. Active ring? What is active ring? Is that, Oh, dispiriting. Okay. So this is like every status resist accessory in the damn game in this area. getting close to final editions as well, which is a real important upgrade when we get final editions for everybody.
Yes.
We only need about 10 more uses on everybody for them to actually get access to their final edition.
Ha! 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 He! Take that! 5-ring shadow!
Let's take a quick look at that, actually. So 66 out of 80, 61 out of 80, 69 out of 80. Very nice. I can remember when I think of the 3 moon items, like that disc exists for when we need all 3 moon items. But remember, the silly thing about the moon items is we didn't need all 3. Like, specifically the last Kraken, like, we don't use a moon item to blow up the one in Aglis. Alright. So this is the final one. You can see it's even protecting a treasure. There's a tiny treasure chest under this one. Are we set? I could switch over to Soul Eater if I really wanted. I think we're ready. So this is the Soul of the Divine Dragon. You remember that dragon that when we got an item that cut Dragoon stats by 1/4 and also cut its damage by half, it was still hitting for thousands. You know, that thing. The King of Dragons. I am the Prince of Saiyans once again! Oh, I really love that Miranda goes out and checks to make sure the moon hasn't fallen out. But yeah, anyway, as I mentioned, the Divine Dragon is probably the strongest single entity in this game. And we're just gonna fight its ghost. Luckily, its ghost is markedly weaker than its full power living form. Do you fight all dragons? I do not believe so. So we want, again, I'm going to go with speed up on Meru. Powered down on the Dragon Spirit. And then we should just want Material Shield on Meru. And then we're going to lead off with Psych Bomb X. Hit 208. 4,000 damage! $1,500 from an item use, that's pretty good. Okay. I think I want... I want special here. I want special soon, but not right now. We would use Night Raid. I like Night Raid because it's like beat up. Alright. So if Hash will take the special action. I don't think Hashel is MP right now, because I never actually did stay at an inn. That's fine. Whatever, these auto-complete, and Hashel's really strong physically. Oh! Yeah, 1600 is pretty good. And also we have our improved Dragoon defenses now. We're getting hit by something, that's for sure. I think we're getting burned. This is a side effect of me going into Dragoons. This wasn't happening in the area. That's sad. I get annoyed at the fact that that keeps happening, that I've tried a lot of different solutions on the emulator and haven't found any that work. If anybody's more familiar with EPSX, this specifically, I'm willing to try other things, but... Final burst. So yeah, we should be running out of our power down soon, if not already. Again, the power down is how we get this gigantic damage in these fights. And then Meru is going to go ahead and Rainbow Breath to keep everybody topped off. I really, really love this, that Meru has a party-wide heal in Dragoon form. It's really goddamn powerful and useful to have. Yeah, like, I'm able to use my actual damn discs for this, but... Oh god. Here it comes. Love that cannon. It's got like a really freaking cool charge up and then just... Let's go ahead and do an addition. Ah, damn. Oh no, let's go ahead and keep up the Rainbow Breath. I think Meru's still immune to 2 more physicals, so that's good. This fight will get considerably harder once we hit, once we leave Dragoon form. We're I decided to front load as much of my damage as I could here. I mean, that's kind of what the power down does. You really want to front load your damage into the 3 turns of when power down is active. And being in Dragoon form is also very heavily defensively. Oh no, we're actually out of defense turns on Meru. Like, going into Dragoon form is also heavily good for defense, so it's well worth it to, like, it pays off for, like, when the power down wears off, we're still at pretty high defenses. When we fall out of Dragoon form, that's when everything starts falling off. 1,200. Should be getting close to red health. Yep, there's red health. Let's get in a freezing ring, I think, here. Maybe? Oh, God. Yeah, let's get in a freezing ring. There's no point in going into diamond dust, because diamond dust is the same damage as freezing ring, but all target. So if you take a look at the background, actually, behind the colors, you can see the opening title screen. It's back there. It's like you could see it for a moment behind Meru. There was that wall of the stone tablet that crawls up on the starting screen. You can see it behind the colors here. I'm not sure what that 50% actually means. It's how much damage it does relative to like magic damage. If it's doing 50% single or 50% all, it means it's gonna do the same amount of damage. But yeah, see right here, you can see that that's the title crawl. In the background. Alright, so on the downside, Hashel's going to get knocked out of Dragoon here and take more damage. On the plus side, he's got the Legend Cask on, so, like, he'll be pretty heavily immune to magic damage anyway. Alright, and then with the last turn here, we're going to go for Rainbow Breath. Alright, only a quarter to go. I think this enemy's HP is like 16,000, give or take. So, like, Psych Bomb was a quarter of that, which is nice. Psych Bomb's real as hell. Alright, so Dart's gonna be in Dragoon form for a little bit longer. Let's see if we can get a full... Ah, dang. Alright, let's crushing. Hey! Thanks, Dart. Nice hit. Alright, we get 8,000 for that. Wolf of Meru, good. Meru gets to keep up. So, we do get an item for this. There's a little item on the ground. Thanks. And our treasure is a D-Stone amulet. There's something odd about the timing on the 5th strike. Yes, I can explain it a little better with the when I do another edition, but the 5th strike, actually, you don't want to time it so when it's up on the clock face. You want to time it on... There's actually a little dash on, like, the clock face at about 10. You can see there, and you want to time it where that is. But the other 4 you do want to do while it's straight up. Anyway, this is a little sad, because the D-Stone amulet is just anti-petrify. That's all we got from the freaking Divine Dragon. Thanks. I sold one of those for like 50 goddamn bucks. So let's go ahead and save in Mayfill and see if we can catch Zeeg before the Signet Sphere blows up. Spoilers. Probably not. So that was a room. Damn it! Oh, it was too far to the side. We just fall in the garbage pit down here. There we go. There actually was a thing down here I wanted. It's just another amulet. So yeah, every status effect amulet ever. It's right here. So you can see the red explosions mean that you're fine to walk on them. Yeah, the red explosions mean you're fine. The white explosions mean you cannot step there. Ooh, we're not fighting Spectre. Is this gonna be? Is this like a skeleton with a meat bone? Like, what is going on here? Just undead. All right. Crap. We're getting there though on additions. So we only need like, again, like 10-ish more uses on everybody.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
And bushels. Actually quite happy it's Meru here, because Meru won't kill. That's a head! That's a head! No, that's definitely a head. Take a look when we get closer here.
Take that! Five-ring shadow!
Get a mind purifier, which I'm probably... Okay. Magic Ego Bell. Check the list on that. It avoids bewitchment, as every single item in this area is a anti-status item. Anyway, we do get a full heal, which is nice. We did need that MP back. Okay, so, yeah, the reds are safe to stand on again. It's the ones you can stand on. You kind of have to wait until they fire at different spots. Oh. So, Rose has some enemies in hell, I guess. Having killed for 11,000 years. But she's not going to be too torn over having enemies in hell. Right. I want to attack undead with this. Because this won't kill undead, and it'll let me get an extra addition going. So Cat's Cradle's going to take a little while to build up meter for Meru.
Take that! Five-ring shadow! Yes! Go! Go! Moon strike!
Cool. And that's 1 addition for everybody. So +1 on the meter. Clearly this is a safe square. It has to be. This is safe. This is safe too. We need a little bit more game. There we go. And then we teleport and walk through a door. Another soul. Hey. It's the soul of Levitz. Hey, Levitz, Slambert. I'm so glad to see you again. You know, a lot of people show up here and say, like, wow, that dart. Lavenstein comes out of nowhere. It's crazy, and also it sucks because, you know, like, you have Lavitz and ooh, hello. Get out. Looks like they had a little devil eye on his back. Carry any more item. Let's go to discard and see if we can get rid of anything. Get rid of one of these mind purifiers. Get a mind purifier? A healing range, sure. Alright. So we're gonna have to save the soul of Lavitz. No, Dart's last name is Field. F-E-L-D. Don't know anybody else's from memory, though, but I do remember Dartfield and Zigfield. It's the only one I can recall. Albert's first name is King. Of course. Anyway. There's an eyeball! It smells of devildom. Oh. So yeah, a devil has possessed Lavitz. Pretty sure Dart's name comes up, but I think Dart's name comes up because, like, Dart says it, and that's one of the things that makes, like, Rose go like, wait, what? Zero. No damage. I love that he does an addition at you. That's the best part. He freaking hits you with an addition.
Ha! 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 He! Take that! Five ring shattering!
Stop it. Don't have any other targets to hit in this fight.
Yes! Go! Tell! Go! Go! Moon strike!
We're gonna wait. Please stop beating up on Hashel. No, the only way it would be better is if he yelled, "Gust of wind, dance," at the end of it or whatever, you know? I think that would absolutely positively be a positive improvement to that attack. Volcano! I'll target you. Oop. Nope, still immune. You also see that there's different moves there. Let's talk to him. Okay. Then we just do 1,000 points. Alright, that's fine. And this is, oops, 1 second here.
Yes. Go.
Ah, crap. So yeah, we do get a couple turns of like freedom to attack while Lavitz is turned around. We kind of have to make use of that. That's why I use the speed ups and power downs. Because we're attacking the little eyeball on the back now.
Take that! Five ring shattering!
Alright.
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
That enough? Or do we need a little bit more damage? Yeah! Here we go. The devil, the devil, the devil. Nice weapon you got there. Zackwell. All right. So now the actual boss fight starts. Now we're fighting Zackwell, which means it might have not have been a great idea. I thought that actually did a full transition, not a... But we're in the same fight, so we actually don't have access to our reuse of items. So let's just get some damage out here. Oh man, 1606 is low. I think this thing has more health. Yeah, I would say this thing should have some pretty reasonable health.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
Alright, we're doing okay damage though. Oh! Well, that was weird. Okay. So I've got enough to, Okay, this fight should actually give us final additions for everybody. Or close to it, if not everybody. Because this boss doesn't seem to have a counter, which means my attacks are pretty free. Oh, under half already. Never mind. Maybe not. Maybe I won't have enough. I thought this boss had a little more health. Okay. I didn't know if it was full immunity or just a magic immunity. That's good. It was just one hit, though.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
Yeah, the all level spells don't have like a mash on them. They just do damage. Oh, goodness. Healing fog. Need a frog. Bullfrog. Alright, in the red. Okay. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. We're just showing them we're just giving them the beatdown. I'm pretty happy about just very generic give the beatdown. Okay. I think we just need to defend against that. Yosh. Don't do that. You can have the material shield, I think. Guarding heals 1/10 of your HP. Let's see if I need to do this to knock it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to take no damage from this move, but I might need to do that to knock it out of the form. No. Okay. Well, free additions. Protection against turbos. Yeah, I think it has protection against turbos in the sense that, like, if you're just mashing A, you'll hit early. Well, even though I'm not dealing damage, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my my free additions. If you're gonna give me a phase like this, I'm fine with that. I think magic might be the thing that knocks it out of him then. But again, free editions is well worth it because we do want to level those up. Like the skull boss is such a just like this boss is enough of a chump that I'm just giving it this sort of business. All right, it's out. It's fine. I do like guard heal a lot because it makes guard an effective. Oh hey, we got the dart going in for the kill victory, which is unusual. Up. They were like best buds. It's great. Oh God! Yeah! Thanks, Levitz. Oh, we get a healing raid and a halberd. Ooh, perky step. All right, Mayor's got final edition. Also, we have very distant level up noise with echo. Ooh, did the sound break again? I remember the sound broke in one of the previous streams. All right, so perky step. Yeah, the sound broke again. Oh, I love the sound breaking like this. Anyway, Perky Step is our first final edition. It is currently at level 1 instead of level 5, but you can already see that it has 100 SP and 200 damage, making it almost... And that goes up to, I think, like 450 or something ridiculous like that. 200, 450 or something like that. It's very, you know, it's one of those hard ones to pull off because it's 7 attacks, but, you know. Anyway, we're not going to go forward. We're going to head back this way. And I actually want one more encounter to show off Perky Step. The hell's this? The Human Hunter. Alright, so Perky Step. Let's see if we can hit this. So yeah, it's gonna be low damage right now, also because we're fighting this thing. But yeah, Meru gets a lot of her damage from her final edition having a very high multiplier. So, can't believe we got the silly, how's Dart at? 75, 74. So we're getting close on Hashel and Dart. They'll be soon. Anyway, I think this is a good spot to leave it off. We met Lavitz again. We're going to go ahead and stop, we have this audio glitch happening, and that gives me a good, you know, we should probably end it here vibe. Even though I like the sound thing, it's not great for it. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Squirrel Token, for making this thing happen. This is thanks to Patreon at patreon.com/Sly9. I'm glad if you enjoyed this sort of stuff. I do this. I do cards. I do kind of like Metroids, Draculas, things like that. You can always follow, see when I go live with things. I end up streaming like about 4 or 5 days a week. Tends to be like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. That's not set in stone because Wednesday and Thursday sometimes flip. Anywho, if you want to catch more stuff like this, if you want to, I'm just glad you're here having a good time. I'm glad you all had a fun time with the Legend of Dragoon. I'm glad we did some more of this. I want to do some more of this sooner rather than later. You can always subscribe. You get the cool skull. You're the guy that knows everything about it. Magic the Gathering. Yeah, Magic is a game I know very well, KP. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for joining. Hope you all had a real fun time today. So, good night, everybody.